Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Chi Chi here, your movement and meditation coach, here with another celebrity astro chart analysis. I'm still on the P. Diddy series, so reviewing P. Diddy's natal chart and the men affiliated with him. So I'm going to read P. Diddy, Biggie, Tupac, Heavy D, and Andre Harrell. I meant to include CBJ on this, but maybe we'll do him on the fly at the end, okay? No Diddy. All right, so I also did a video on the ladies surrounding P. Diddy, like the ladies of Bad Boy, and that video included P. Diddy, Cassie, Kim Porter, Lil Kim, Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, Carisha, and J-Lo. I analyzed all of their charts and try to find, the compatibility traits between P. Diddy and all these different ladies, whether it's in love or business. So if you're interested in that video, check it down below. And if you're interested in seeing more content like this, please let me know in the comments. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and let's get started, all right? So as we all know, P. Diddy, Sean Combs is in a lot of hot water right now, right? Back in November 2023, Cassie Ventura, known publicly as Cassie, longtime girlfriend of P. Diddy, filed a lawsuit against him, and he ended up paying her the settlement amount within 24 hours. And ever since then, there have been people coming out the woodwork, sharing their victimhood stories, sharing their survivor stories, and their less than desirable encounters with P. Diddy. All right, so or Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, Brother Love, whatever he wants to rebrand himself as, but Sean Combs is who we're reviewing today. So he was born on November 4th, 1969. P. Diddy is a Scorpio sun, Virgo moon, earthy Virgo moon, watery Scorpio Mercury, so the way he communicates is like that of a Scorpio. His Venus is in Libra and his Mars is in Capricorn, okay? So first, we're going to look at Biggie Smalls, Notorious, B.I.G, Christopher Wallace, all right? I forgot to write down his birthday, but he's definitely a May Gemini, okay? I want to say like May 26th, somewhere in there, but he's definitely a May Gemini. So Biggie Smalls is, the Geminis characterized as like the, it's short two-faced, but it's more, I would say, more duality, polarity, okay? Just seeing two sides, duality. So Biggie Smalls is a Gemini sun. His moon sign is earthy Virgo as well. So him and P. Diddy both have a Virgo moon. They share that in common, all right? And with Virgo moon, Virgo has this reputation of being like overly critical, needing it to be perfect, needing it to be just right. And with having earth moons, even though it's an earthy moon, which is grounded and not too emotional and a little more in control of their emotions because it is grounded earth, that Virgo energy can have like the hyper thinking or the hyper obsession of just always like in movement when there needs to be like some stillness. So I could see how having a Virgo moon could be like this type of energy. Biggie Smalls is a Gemini sun, Virgo moon. His Mercury, the way he communicates, the way he expresses himself is like that of a Taurus. So I could see that with him being arguably one of the better hip hop artists of all time. He's in a lot of people's top 5 greatest rapper dead or alive. And with him having a Mercury in Taurus, we know Taurus is ruled by Venus, like that of Libra, and Taurus is a very sensual sign. It really takes into account all of this senses, not just what something looks like, but what it smells like, what it feels like, what experience comes with this thing, So Taurus has a good way of just really creating a sensual experience and taking care of all of the bases. So with him communicating in such a way that could just resonate with a lot of different people, I could see that Taurus Mercury shining through with him. And Diddy has a Scorpio Mercury, so both signs are fixed, meaning like if they're communicating with each other and there's an idea that they're dead set on, they cannot be moved from that. So they both have that type of communication style, it looks like, with Diddy being a Scorpio Mercury, mysterious, maybe being a little covert in, what information is shared, just so they have the upper hand and just make sure they're moving with strategy, and even at times emotionally manipulative, because it is Scorpio Mercury. It is water. It is deep, dark water, secretive, taboo, only sharing what I need to share because, again, I just want to make sure I have total control over this thing versus Taurus, just making sure that we have some type of fairness and balance. Because, with Venus and the scale and balance and everything, Taurus is going to make sure all the bases are covered. Are we good? Is everybody eating? What's the finance looking like? Just want to make sure they're grounded in their communication. Okay, so I can see with those two, Biggie and P. Diddy, maybe just having locked in type of communication. P. Diddy is a Libra Venus, so his feminine energy is Libra. Biggie's Venus energy is Cancer. So they both have nice sweetheart signs when it comes to their Venus feminine energy, whereas P. Diddy is going to place more value on the luxuries and niceties of life like a Libra would. Biggie may place more value on the family, the home, making sure that we are protected, we are safe, like a Cancer would. Just want to make sure we're safe and protected and that the family is good. Where Libra Venus is more like me versus you type of energy. Like, yes, Libra wants harmony and balance and fairness with everyone, but the shadow side of that is just being a little more selfish. So P. Diddy has a Mars in Capricorn, earthy Capricorn, that's the goat going up the mountain. And Biggie has a Mars in Cancer, again, so he has a double Cancer placement. His Venus and his Mars is in Cancer, Biggie Smalls. So his masculine energy, his ego, again, being centered around the heart, matters of the heart, love, family. We know Biggie could be seen as like a mama's boy in a sense, because his mother is a huge part of his story, and he did incorporate his mother in his art. She was a part of his music videos and things like that. So Biggie, I could see with him having this double Cancer energy in his Venus and Mars, that's where that Cancerian energy comes out. And then again, he's right there with that Gemini energy. Gemini's right beside Cancer. So in case you thought Biggie Smalls was a Cancer, it's probably because it's Venus and Mars. That's double whammy Cancer there. All right. So just seeing how those two combine, Scorpio, Gemini, those are just their traits in a sense. And then, of course, Biggie Smalls passed away in March of, I didn't write down his death date, but the day that all this stuff went down with Diddy was like the 27th anniversary of Ready to Die or Life After Death. One of the Biggie Smalls albums, it was to the day, the same release date, 27 years later. Do your own research on anything you hear on here, of course, but yeah, crazy, right? So we did Biggie, now let's do Tupac, okay? So Tupac is a true Gemini. Tupac is a Gemini through and through. And again, did you realize that Tupac and Biggie Smalls are both Geminis? Geminis and Libras, Geminis, air signs, and Virgos, they tend to make some of the best entertainers. Most of the best rappers are Gemini or air signs, like J. Cole's an Aquarius, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Gemini, Nas, Virgo, Jay-Z, Sag, so, Tupac and Biggie, let's focus on them. So, I'm feeling this Gemini energy was just like pinging back and forth. All right, so Tupac is a Gemini sun. Tupac is an Aries moon, so his emotions is like that of fiery Aries. So we saw many a times where Tupac was very explosive, very vocal, very assertive in how he expressed himself. He was born from a mother and a family that was involved in the political party very heavily. He was part of the Black Panther legacy, all right? So he's always had this political, militant, fight the power for the people type of energy towards him or about him. Tupac is a Gemini sun, Aries moon, Gemini Mercury. The way he communicates is like that of a Gemini. We've seen times where Tupac is very militant, assertive, aggressive, dead ass, very masculine energy. And there are times where we see Tupac just being very sexy and very charming and very sweet and just like a lover boy, right? Poetic Justice is a prime example. Whenever he has the lollipop and he's playing with Janet Jackson's hair, and like that is just one of the sweetest moments. Or like when he's on Poetic Justice again, because I love that movie, when he's leaning on the counter and he's like watching Janet Jackson lick the stamp and everything, and she like remarks on his dirty nails or whatever, how he's just so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would just let the women, like, have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't really like this with women. Even though he has some music that reflected, wonder why they call you bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though he did have this about him at times, he was also very much known as a lover boy. Like, look at Jada Pinkett. She can't stop talking about how much they were in love with each other and how different he was from everyone else, right? So he did have this charisma about him, that how he presented himself to the world, it was very charming, very charismatic, and very duality, right? Like, the women loved him, the guys wanted to be him, be with him, or hated on him. You know what I'm saying? It was like me against the world, said Tupac. Like, he was just so deep. And, even though he communicated himself so much, I'm sure there was so much we still didn't understand about him, because he was so dynamic and so complex and so multifaceted. And that's the charm of the Gemini people, just being so charming and multifaceted. And, because like Tupac, I want to say he went to school at like a theater school, performing arts school. So he wasn't just this hoodlum, or I want to say that wasn't even really his identity. His identity was an artist. But in essence, we'll make like a separate Tupac movie. If you want to make a separate Tupac video, drop it down in the comments. Tupac is a Gemini Sun, Aries Moon, Gemini Mercury, and a Gemini Venus. His feminine energy, freaky Venus, okay, freaky Gemini Venus, Tupac. His the way he sees beauty, the way he expresses value and appreciation is like that of a Gemini. So enjoying fun, enjoying social hour, meeting people, being with people, going to events, being social. He was very much that guy, right? And Tupac's Mars energy, his masculine ego energy, is Aquarius. I can see that again going back to his militant upbringing, his Black Panther, humanitarian, fight the power for the people, if the police, the government don't care about you type of messaging, where Tupac was very much a freedom fighter. And if there's any zodiac sign that's a freedom fighter, it's going to be Aquarius, okay? With Sagittarius coming in at a close second. But mostly Aquarius is going to be the one that's like, fist in the air, wave them like you just don't care. Tupac is very much Aquarius Mars, where his ego, his sense of identity, his sense of, like he was very much about, paying attention to the trends of the world, paying attention to the pregnancy rates, paying attention to, the guns and the drugs that's on the street, paying attention to these kids. Like, he was very much ahead of his time, very smart, very well spoken, and very well respected in his art form. So Tupac Shakur, Tupac Amaru Shakur, Gemini King, Aries Moon, fiery Aries Moon, airy Gemini, and the way he communicates with the Mercury, airy Gemini, and the way he loves as a lover, and airy Aquarius with his masculine energy. So he is dominant air energy, a true Gemini through and through. He is a Gemini stellium, 3 dominant placements in Gemini. Rest in peace, Tupac. And he died right around my birthday in September, y'all. Next we have Heavy D. Okay, so Heavy D, he was also a Gemini. Okay, Heavy D was really big rap pioneer, hip hop pioneer back in the 90s. He passed away on November 8th, 2011. So 11/8/11 is when Heavy D passed away. He is a May Gemini as well, like that of Biggie. So Biggie and Heavy D are both May Geminis, okay? Heavy D was born on May 24th, 1967. He is a Gemini Sun, so his personality is very much duality. For some people, they describe Gemini, Shadow Gemini, as Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So the Heavy D that we saw presented out in the scenes, very nice, well respected. People only spoke great things about Heavy D, and just overall a charming, nice guy. With Gemini energy, they make great social butterflies. They make great entertainers. They make great party planners, because they do keep a lightness and a banter when it comes to groups and collectives. So Heavy D is a Gemini Sun. His moon sign, the way he expresses his emotions, is in that of Sagittarius, fiery, philosophical, big thinker, Sagittarius, okay? And Heavy D, his Mercury, the way he communicates, is that of Taurus, okay? His the way he communicates is very sensual. We know Taurus is ruled by Venus, like that of Libra, and Taurus is grounded, earth. It can be very stubborn, okay? So with having a Taurus Mercury, yes, there may be a very sensual, captivating, charming way of communicating, but because Mr. Lovelo, no, not Mr. Lovelo, got nothing but love for you, baby. Okay, that was the Heavy D song that came through. But with having a Taurus Mercury, yes, very sensual, but it can be very stubborn, right? Because Taurus is going up against the brick wall over and over again because they're the bull, okay? So it can be very stubborn. So far, I'm noticing that Heavy D and Biggie Smalls have both a Gemini Sun and a Taurus Mercury. The way they communicate, their style, their flow, how they present themselves is reflected in their chart, the similarities, okay? Another one, Heavy D's Venus is in Cancer. Okay, so his feminine energy, the way he expresses love, beauty, what he values is in Cancer. Family, love, home, the mother. Biggie Smalls has a Cancer Venus as well, so they have 3 of the same placement so far. Heavy D, his Mars sign is in Scorpio, okay? So Heavy D's masculine energy, his ego, his work ethic, his energy output is like that of a Scorpio, being very exacting, being very fixated in on locking in and getting it done. Pardon me, getting to the bottom of something. I believe it was rumored or known that allegedly Heavy D was working on a tell-all book right before he died, and it was going to be a tell-all book about Uptown Records and the label and all of the behind-the-scenes tea on that, okay? So right before he passed away, Heavy D was allegedly working on a tell-all book, okay? So, again, just looking between, I know I'm supposed to be comparing Heavy D and P. Diddy, but Heavy D and Biggie Smalls, they're both Gemini Sun. They are both Cancer Venus. They are both Taurus Mercury. I just think that's worth mentioning, okay? So now P. Diddy and Heavy D, Scorpio and Gemini Sun. I feel like that's going to be like the manipulation game back and forth. Moon sign. P. Diddy is a Virgo moon. Heavy D is a Sag moon. That's 2 mutable signs. Adapting and overcoming when it comes to emotions. You know, I don't really see anything. I see that's like pretty compatible. Like Virgo and Sagittarius tend to vibe pretty well together. P. Diddy is a Scorpio Mercury. Heavy D is a Taurus Mercury. Again, just going back to fixed signs communicating. You know, I feel like it could turn into this after a while because it's like we're both stubborn because we're both fixated on what we think and believe, you know. P. Diddy is a Libra Venus. Heavy D is a Cancer Venus. So 2 nice, sweet signs, you know, valuing, you know, fairness over protection and security. And then P. Diddy is a Capricorn Mars, so his masculine energy is like that of Capricorn, and Heavy D, his masculine energy is like that of Scorpio. So Heavy D's masculine energy resonates with P. Diddy's personality, being that he is also a Scorpio, okay? So that's like the main similarity vibe I can see with those two, that Heavy D's work ethic as a Scorpio Mars is something that P. Diddy really appreciated and respected, okay, or identified with. Lastly, we have Andre Harrell. He was, I want to say P. Diddy was his assistant when P. Diddy first got into the entertainment industry. I want to say, because yes, we have Clive Davis, right? I'm going to do a video on him too. I'll write it down. Clive Davis. All right, so I want to say like Clive Davis was there. Andre Harrell, P. Diddy. I want to say he was like the assistant. And after some time, P. Diddy opened up Bad Boy record label. Sometime later, I want to say it was 2020 when Andre Harrell passed away, I believe. But anyway, Andre Harrell is now out of the picture, and he was there from the beginning. So with all this P. Diddy stuff going on, Sean Combs allegedly, it's like everyone that was at the beginning that started with Bad Boy, they're no longer there, except for I'll Be Sure, and that's after he came out of a coma, and P. Diddy, which is believed to be the man in charge. So allegedly. But lastly, we have Andre Harrell. Rest in peace, Andre Harrell. He is a September Libra. He was born on September 26, 1960, and he is a Libra through and through, okay? Andre Harrell is a September Libra sun. His moon sign is in Sagittarius, okay? So big thinker, fiery Sagittarius. Andre Harrell and Heavy D both have Sagittarius moons, okay? So Andre Harrell, the way he expresses himself, his emotions, fiery Sag. Andre Harrell is a Libra Sun, Sag Moon, Libra Mercury. So the way he communicates is like that of a Libra. How can we find harmony between both parties? How can we make it fair between both parties? Libra is very much a business zodiac sign. It's about contracts, deadlines, information, paperwork. Cross your T's, dot your I's. All right. Andre Harrell is Mercury and Libra, okay? So very much how he communicates, it's about business. It's all about business. At the end of the day, it's business. It's the Libra Mercury way, okay? So Andre Harrell, Libra Sun, Sag Moon, Libra Mercury, Libra Venus, okay? Andre Harrell, his feminine energy, how he appreciates beauty, how he appreciates worth and value is like that of Libra. We know Libra rules Venus, okay? So just truly appreciating art, artistry, appreciating beauty for what it is, just loving beautiful people, okay? And Air Venus has a tendency to be considered bisexual, fluid, just sexually open and free because it's that air sign. So it's like feminine air. It's like la 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 la. It's that, okay? So Libra Venus has that tendency to be fluid, okay? So Libra Venus, and then finally we have Mars. Andre Harrell is a Cancer Mars, so his masculine energy is that of the water sign Cancer. You know, really concerned about protection, safety, security, the mother, the heart, love, family. Okay, really just putting value on the family. Okay, and Andre Harrell and Heavy D both have Sagittarius moon. Andre Harrell and P. Diddy both have Libra Venus, okay? So comparing P. Diddy and Andre Harrell, P. Diddy the Scorpio, Andre Harrell the Libra, they tend to get along pretty well. P. Diddy's Virgo moon with Andre Harrell's Sag moon. Again, Sag and Virgo tend to get along pretty well with each other. P. Diddy's Scorpio Mercury with Andre Harrell's Libra Mercury. Again, Libra and Scorpio tend to, I think, Scorpio will have a little more intention of power, control, and manipulation, whereas the Libra is more focused on just doing things the right way, meeting the deadlines, being clear, like just crossing the T's, like just this, where Scorpio may be like more of this, you know. P. Diddy, Libra Venus with Andre Harrell's Libra Venus, so they share a Libra Venus together. So the way they see the world in value, appreciation, beauty, art, all of that is very similar. P. Diddy's Capricorn Mars with Andre Harrell's Cancer Mars. So Cancer and Capricorn are sister signs. So in this is I could see like wherever P. Diddy lacks with his masculine energy is where Andre Harrell held weight, and then where Andre Harrell lacked, that's where P. Diddy held weight. So I feel like they were complementary with their masculine energy, where there was more of like a give and take. But yeah, at the end of the day, there's only one Capricorn Mars, and there can only be one goat at the top. So yeah, Andre Harrell just looks like he has a very sweetheart chart. You know, a lot of Libra. He's a triple Libra, so he has a Libra stellium. His Mars ego masculine energy is in the water sign of Cancer, you know, and then the Sag moon of just being very adaptable and flexible and everything. So those are the men affiliated with P. Diddy. I said I was gonna look up Stevie J, but I will save him on the video with Clive Davis. So we'll make a separate video. Clive Davis, Stevie J, and if there's anyone else you want me to include in this, maybe Ray J, because he's really tight with P. Diddy, and then maybe Birdman, and then maybe Meek Mill. So we'll do a little part 2. We'll just keep it going. If you enjoy this series, please let me know. Please subscribe to this channel right now. Give me your like right now. And if you're watching on your TV, I encourage you to go to your phone real quick, open YouTube, and give me your like, please. I'm trying to grow my channel. So if you enjoy this content, please let me know. Check out my channel. I have a lot of artistry on here. Some videos of me dancing. I read tarot cards. I read energy. So if you want to book your one-on-one appointment, you can. Just see the details below in the comment box. Again, engage with me in the comments. Let me know if this is content you would like to see more of. And again, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Bye. It's for the artwork, you know.